Hi, Asma. Let's take a look at this. It's your last set of essays. Very exciting. I know how hard you've been working, so let's take a look and see what you wrote. The first letter is a letter to your relative who's coming to see you. Let's see what you wrote. Capitalize the name. Don't forget to do that. They will be checking for stuff like that. Dear Jane, how are you? I'm thrilled to bits that you're arriving today. Sadly, I won't be home this afternoon, but I will be arriving tonight. So let me know so let me tell you how to get the keys for my apartment. When you enter the building, ask for a receptionist. All right, hold on a second. You know what? Put a full stop here. It's better. So let me tell you how to get to my keys for my apartment. Or put a colon, even better. When you enter the building, ask the receptionist for flat number 44's key. Okay, fine, no problem. All right, when you arrive at the airport, look for a sign that says Underground Station and go there. After you reach there, you will see 2 platforms. So go to platform 2 and take the train which is headed towards Wembley and get off the last stop and get off at the last stop. Afterwards, you will see a tall building right in front of the station, and that is where I live. When you go inside the building, take the lift and go to floor 6, flat number 44. Okay. I am planning to make a dinner for us tonight so that we can watch a nice movie and enjoy the evening together. I know it's been a while since we met and I missed you so much. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. All the best. All right, so let's see what you did here. Explain how to get to the keys? Yes. Give directions? Exactly. Make suggestions. All right, now check this out. Think about what we mean here by the word suggestion. What do we do when we suggest? Okay, we say perhaps, we say maybe you would like, or why don't we? So there is very specific language of suggestion, and I didn't really see that here. What you gave us instead is a plan. I am planning to make a dinner for us tonight so that we can watch a movie. So you have already made arrangements. So this is really quite different than a suggestion, isn't it, Asma? Okay, so a suggestion would be something different. So let me see if I can do something. Perhaps you would like it if we stayed in and I made dinner for us. If you would like, we could watch a nice movie and enjoy the first evening together. What do you think? Okay, so this is the language of suggestion, and this is what is missing for me. Okay, other than that, I thought it was absolutely lovely. No problems, really. Okay, but do be aware of this, because that's essentially what they're checking, that you understand what the language of suggestion is and that you can produce it. All right, so with that, let's take a look at this formal letter to the restaurant. Let's see what you wrote. You had a terrible meal. Let's see what you said. Dear Sir, Madam, I am writing, capitalize, Madam, capitalize, Sir. I'm writing to complain about a recent experience I had at your restaurant. Let me explain. Me and my family had a dinner last night at the restaurant and the customer service was terrible. All right, I want you to be careful about a couple of things. First of all, me and my family is not correct grammar. Do we say this all the time in spoken English? Yes, of course we do. But it's absolutely wrong. It should be my family and I. And then this let me explain followed by a comma is really not quite enough. You could have put a colon here again. So let me explain, colon, my family and I had a dinner last night, and that would have made a little more sense. Firstly, we had to wait for our order for almost 2 hours. In addition to this, we were ignored by the servers. By the time our dinner arrived, it was the wrong order. Therefore, we spoke to the staff and asked them to either change the food and bring us what we ordered or to give us a refund, but they simply declined. I am really disappointed as to how we were treated, and this is not what I expected from your restaurant. Consequently, I would like to receive a full refund for the amount paid due to the poor customer service as well as receiving the wrong order. I would also suggest that your staff not disregard, get rid of the 2, customers' needs in order to avoid future disappointments. I am hopeful that we can reach an agreement regarding my case. I'll be looking forward to a reply from you with regards to the refund. And then yours faithfully. Yes. So all that is perfect. All right, Asma, no problem. Really, this is nice. I have no issues about this. Just the little things that I mentioned. On the whole, I thought it was nicely written. Really, a very nice attempt. Okay. So good job with that. Let's take a look now at your essay. Okay, this is about local governments moving companies to regional locations. Let's see what you said. No. Okay, nowadays local authorities are trying to encourage companies to migrate from the urban areas to the countryside. This essay will discuss some of the advantages and disadvantages of this transition. Fine. Brief, but what it should entail. Okay. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that moving businesses to the rural settings, get rid of the, to rural settings, has benefits. This is largely because pollution is usually emitted from large factories, so when companies migrate to the countryside, the pollution will reduce, and as a result, this is a little awkward, the pollution will reduce. The pollution will be less. The pollution... let's see. How can you say this in a better way? Just give me a minute to think about this for a moment. So when the companies migrate to the countryside, the pollution will lessen. I'm not really sure. Maybe lessen is a better word here. L-E-S-S-E-N, perhaps. All right, and as a result, the citizens will be benefited largely as the air, water, and soil will be pollution-free. The businesses in rural areas will also grow if the companies transition there. For example, the poor people who live in the countryside will have the opportunity to work. Okay, why? Can you get into a little detail? Why all the businesses? So I feel like you jumped from point A to point C directly and skipped over point B. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that the relocation of factories to the regional area has its benefits. So let me go back to this. You said that the businesses in rural areas will also grow if companies transition there. So rather than saying that the poor people will have work, you could have said, new companies will allow existing or new businesses to grow, creating new employment positions for people who otherwise would have been out of work. Therefore, it is possible to state, etc., etc. Okay, so that makes a little more sense, but you kind of jumped over all of that. Okay, you wanted to say that, all of these new, you want to say that the companies moving to these regional locations, they're going to need some services. They're going to need some goods and services in these regional locations. Therefore, these businesses will grow and that will provide jobs. Okay, so it's really very important that you take the examiner step by step by step in the logic of your idea, of your paragraph. All right, let's move on. On the other hand, although there is a case for the benefits of this transition, the detrimental impact it can have cannot be overstated. All right, lovely. This is due to the fact that the prospected. All right, you've got a problem here with your grammar, Asma. All right, this is due to the prospective destruction of greenlands. All right, not due to the fact that. This is due to the prospective destruction of greenlands. If the companies move to the regional locations, I really don't like this the. So if companies move to regional locations which are lavishly green, then it needs, all right, then what needs? What does it refer to? Careful here with your grammar. So let me try that again. If the companies move to regional locations which are lavishly green, then this greenery may need to be cut down in order to make room for the construction of tall buildings. Through this process, the wildlife would get affected and they would lose their habitat, not they, and it would lose its habitat, the wildlife, one thing, singular, and this might damage the biocycle of wild animals. For example, recent empirical research by the UK government demonstrated that the kangaroo with a K, not a C, of Australia had to shift to South Africa. Really? During the process of urbanization. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that the drawbacks of this change are enormous. Look, drawbacks are enormous. Ignore this of this change. Ignore it. It's just specifying which drawbacks. But the word you want to focus on here is drawbacks. So the drawbacks of this change are enormous. To conclude from the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that relocating companies from urban areas to the rural settings has its benefits as well as drawbacks. Okay, that's fine. Asma, this is very nice. Yes, there are some mistakes, primarily in grammar, in this particular essay, but on the whole, I thought it was good. I thought it read really quickly. One thing that for me is a clue that all of your essays are flowing really nicely is the fact that I got through all three of them, all 2 letters and task 2 in a very short amount of time. Now that might not seem significant to you, but for me it is significant because it means I didn't have to stop a lot either to rephrase or to correct or to, try to understand what you were talking about. Everything was very, very clear. Now, that's not to say that it was completely error-free. I did mention any and all errors that I saw, but I thought in general it was a good set. Okay, so I want you to feel good about it. I see that you've really progressed. You're doing really, really nicely. So I want you to feel good about the work that you're producing now. Okay, good job. You should feel really, really proud of yourself. Now, this is your last set of essays. So now the question is what comes next? You can sign up for more essay corrections if you feel that you would like that feedback. If your exam isn't coming up for a little while, you may want to keep up receiving feedback from us and, improving your writing this whole time until your exam. And it's a good idea to continue getting feedback for your writing because you don't want to kind of lose any of the gains that you've made. So if that's the case, do let us know, and there will be a link to more essays in the email, and you can talk to us about it and so forth. Okay, so if that's what you want to do, then great. If your exam is coming up, then please absolutely let us know about your exam, what the questions were, how it went, everything, and of course your score. All right, so I'll wait to hear from you. I am just very eager to hear one way or another about your plans, so do let us know. Okay, best of luck. It's been great working with you so far, and I look forward to hearing from you.